Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to a new video. So I hope you're all enjoying the World Cup. England kick off tomorrow night against Tunisia and I think it's going to be a tough one. In the last 7 tournaments, England have only won their opening game once. So I think it's going to be a tough game. I hope we can go out there and beat them, but I honestly I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. I think we're still going to make it through the group, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. But I'm hoping we can step up and just do it and get the win. But anyway, the World Cup in general so far has been cracking. If you did not see the Spain and Portugal game, I seriously suggest you go and watch it, if not extended highlights, because what a game that was. When the players walked on the pitch, I know Portugal have got Ronaldo, and that ended up being a massive factor in that game. But when you look at those two sides, even with Ronaldo for Portugal, I thought Spain were going to go out and not walk it, but I thought they were going to win it. And just that one man basically changed the whole game. The free kick at the end to make it 3-3. Fantastic. Yeah, really good game. So while Ronaldo was off having an amazing time, Messi was having a bit of a nightmare for Argentina. 1-1 draw with Iceland, and no discredit to Iceland because they played great, but Messi missed the pen and just didn't really get in the game. I mean, the comparison's always made, Messi and Ronaldo, and after those two games, Ronaldo really took it by the scruff of the neck, and Messi couldn't get into it. If you had Ronaldo as your captain in fantasy football, you're absolutely laughing. I didn't. Diego Costa got 2 as well, so if you had them 2, you've pretty much won the week from that one game alone. So Spain and Portugal are basically just going to have to outscore each other now. Who was going to score the most goals against Morocco and Iran to top that group? So they should be decent games to watch, because they're going to have to just go out there and try and get as many goals as they can. I also watched the France-Australia game. I've watched the majority of games, and some of them have been pretty good. France-Australia game wasn't great. I thought France, again, the players they've got, and no discredit to Australia, because they had a cracking game, but France just couldn't get into it. Like I said, they did win it in the end. VAR was a massive part of that. They brought it back for a foul on Griezmann, and at the time I did not think that was a pen. And after bringing it back with the VAR, I think I would say it was a pen. I'm not going to have a massive rant on VAR, but how many penalties has there been so far this tournament? What's this about them not stopping the game at the time? They have to let the ball go out first before they look back at it, because in that France game, the play went on for an extra few minutes before they actually brought it back. So when it was happening, I don't think anyone even knew what was going on. The majority of the time, I think they've brought it back and they've got it right. The thing is, with football, there is no like line of right and wrong. It's interpretation of the situation. And even with VAR, they're still having to like look at something and make a decision. It's not always going to be the same. So I think in theory it's good, but it just needs to they need to get it spot on basically. But I think overall it's probably done. It's got more things right than it's got wrong so far. So as I mentioned, England play Tunisia tomorrow night. No European team has lost yet in the World Cup so far. So I am hoping, and we shouldn't. I mean, come on, we won't be. To be the first team in Europe to lose in this tournament. We should not be. As I said, I can see it being a draw. I don't know if that's just because it's England and there's always that bit of... You're always just hoping we're going to go and do it, but you never really have the confidence that we are. One really good thing that I've liked about the World Cup in England this year is that supposedly Southgate has said, and if you're watching the BBC ITV when they've got the matches on, they'll cut away and they'll do maybe an interview with Gary Cahill or Kyle Walker or whoever it is. Apparently in the past they used to actually hand out scripts basically, or tell the players what they had to say in these interviews. Apparently this year Gareth Southgate has just said, just say what you want, which I think's been really good. It's actually players are having the opportunity to actually get across what they think, and it's not always positive, it's not always negative, but they're just saying what they think. There was an interview with Pickford and Butland, and I mean, teammates bigging each other up, but at the same time they were also basically saying, like, I want that place, like, I'm better than you, kind of thing, and it just puts across a more real view of what is actually going on. That's been really good to see, and I'm hoping, like, that kind of ethic of trusting your players on what they're allowed to say hopefully translates with the players on the pitch as well, to be able to actually go out and do what they think. It's not all written down from minute 1 to minute 90. They can actually go out there and do their job as a player and not be so rigid, which is, again, we know has been a problem with England. Gary Neville said that the only world-class player that England has is Harry Kane. I think world-class, well, what is world-class? Is world-class Ronaldo and Messi? Because if that's world-class, then I don't think we have any players of that quality. But I can see where he's coming from. But what I have liked is, although Kane, for me, needs to have the tournament of his life, he needs to go out there and score the goals, because that's what we need, the goals. We are relying on him massively, but one nice thing that has happened this year is there hasn't really been an iconic player that everyone's kind of saying, he needs to go out there and win us the World Cup. It's happened in the past with Rooney. We're all desperate for Rooney to have a fantastic tournament because he needs to win it for us. And I don't think it's really happened this year. I think in general, we're all just hoping that everyone has a good tournament. I think, yes, if you're going to pick a player, you would pick Harry Kane because he's the striker and because we need him to be scoring the goals. If I'm going to predict the England group, and a lingering prediction around in my head, and I'm hoping it doesn't turn out this way, is that we will draw against Tunisia, we'll beat Panama. Belgium will beat Panama, beat Tunisia, so we'll go into the last game of the group stages against Belgium. Belgium on 6 points, us on 4 points, Tunisia on 1 point, playing Panama on 0 points. And I think regardless of what does happen in those first 2 games, it will be a big game against Belgium. England seem to struggle against the teams which should be beaten. It's almost like the pressure gets too high when we're playing someone that everyone expects us to beat. And then when we're going against Belgium, regardless of the actual result of that game, I could see that being our best performance in the group stages, and then we'll probably lose to Belgium and then go through on goal difference over Tunisia or something stupid like that. But I do think we will make it to the next round. I'm just hoping we can do it with some conviction. We're going to go out and we're going to beat Tunisia tomorrow 2-0. That's what I'm going for. Gareth's got his 5-3-2 or the 3-5-2 with the wing backs. It's a good formation in that when we're playing against Tunisia and Panama, and we often struggle to be creative against some of these teams we should be beating. I can see Tunisia and Panama parking the bus. If they can grab some draws and then beat each other on the last day, that could or would be enough, if they can get the draws against England and Belgium, to get into the next round. So I can easily see them parking the bus, and that's why with that formation, with the wing backs coming round, we've given ourselves a lot more options to attack. And then when we play Belgium, you can actually drop it as a back 5 when you need to, when you are defending. So in principle, it's all worked out, but we do have to actually go and do it tomorrow night. So I hope you guys all enjoy the game. I hope you're all enjoying the tournament in general. This was a bit of an unplanned video that I thought I'd put out there. So if you would like more World Cup updates on the games in general and England, then make sure to drop a like on this video. I will be out tomorrow night watching the game. I'm excited for it. I am a massive tournament fan. I love how everyone gets around it and just goes crazy, to be honest. Regardless of how bad England have been in the past, there's always that buzz when the tournaments come round. So I cannot wait for tomorrow night. I hope England can do us all justice, and regardless of whether you're watching it in the pub, at home with your family or whatever, we can all wake up on Tuesday a very happy But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this kind of video. Drop a like if you have. Yeah. Enjoy tomorrow night, or I hope you enjoy tomorrow night. Alright, thank you all for watching. Catch you later.